Alright, welcome back everybody to Fire Emblem. We are smack dab in the middle of the mission to get to fight the last of the morphs, which is another anima mage. She's got bolting as well as the level A magic, which I think is called Gunburst or something. It's essentially the ice equivalent of of nature, you know, whereas we had fire and thunder, and I guess a more powerful fire, L fire, is supposed to be an L version of everything. In some games there's like an L wind, L thunder, L fire, but in this it's just they gave you regular fire, upgraded fire, thunder, and then the last two, which are you get right here at the end of the game, is this one called Fembrace or whatever. It is a cold or, you know, icy type spell. And then the last one you'll get literally in the last level, which is called, I think it's called Caliber. I could be wrong about that, but it's essentially the wind magic. Because, like I said, in other games they sometimes split the anima magic up into fire, wind, and thunder. But this one, you know, they just gave the spells as they get more powerful, they go from fire to thunder, back to fire for some unknown reason, then to like a blizzard, and then they finally give you a wind spell, I guess. That is a level S level spell. It's a little weird because in 6, obviously the holy weapon that Athos wields is that's the S level weapon in that game. So hi, Lord. Yeah, that was a good level up you got there, buddy. I don't think anyone's really capped out other than a couple stats here and there. Like, I know Heath capped out at strength, which is nice. And then I'm sure Lynn and Guy have both capped out or gotten close to capping out on speed and or skill. But that's the nature of the Sword Masters. They have such high percentage chance of getting a skill speed that inevitably they will cap out almost instantly upon classing up. Because, you know, as you get them closer to 20, they're probably going to be at 20 speed already. And then you promote them, they'll get probably I don't know if they get any bonus from game to game. I don't know if they get any bonus speed. If they do, it just pushes them that much closer to their maximum, which I believe is 25. In a previous episode, I talked about how I kind of think it's weird that in these Fire Emblem games, with the exception of class exclusive jobs, that there are not any like female alternatives for the classes, i.e., like, you fight druids, okay? Druids are all male because they have the male sprite on it, okay? But druids can also be female, and we did see a couple female druids in the one level with Void, and that was kind of nifty because you didn't need to do that. You could have just kind of skipped that entirely, because there's only one dark magic user in this game, and that's Canis, so that you have no need to create a sprite for a female shaman or a female druid. Okay? But it's not really a gender equality thing. I thought it'd be nifty to see, like, oh hey, you know, I mentioned this in the other episode as well. It's kind of hard to tell sometimes because if you look at the Cavalier or the Paladin sprite for the other Paladins, they look identical to Eastora's. So what's to say that some of these people aren't, you know, female Cavaliers or female Paladins? Same with Knights. I mean, the Knights could very well be female Knights. It's hard to tell with sprites. I don't know. Maybe I'm doing this assumption thing, but I could definitely tell you that the female sprites for the sniper look different. Or do they? Is it just that little bit of extra hair they've given Louise that makes it look different? And then, of course, the Valkyrie class is exclusively female. Valkyries and Pegasus Riders are exclusively female. For a while there, I thought the Cavalier class was essentially male because of the lore from. I guess it doesn't really matter because it can go either way. But what I was trying to get at is, in the lore of Fire Emblem 6 and 7, basically you have a village off to the north, just like in 4, that is made up of mercenaries, primarily Cavaliers for the men. The women were primarily Pegasus Knights, and they would sell their services to whatever army would pay them, and that money would go back to the village. So we talked about that already. Don't rehash that too much, but that was why I kind of thought at one point that the Cavaliers only came from there, but obviously there are Cavaliers that are raised in Lycia, most notably. So of course they would also be, you could raise a female Cavalier at that point, or a female Knight. I mean, obviously the mages are going to be completely different. You know, you can have either gender mage, whether that be a healer, because you have priests and priestesses in 6. In this one, you have a priestess, and then you have Saul, who gets the new job, or sorry, not Saul. Lucius, who gets the monk class, which I believe is new to the series at this point. It was very useful. I really liked that change because it gives you earlier access to holy magic, and holy magic, at least in terms of 6 and 7, are not like god tier broken magics that you're only supposed to have at the very end of the game to help fight the evil dark dragon boss and save the world. Sort of like dark magic in this game is designed to be the world-shattering, domination-inducing power for power's sake grab that it is in some of the other games, where it's like not only does it give you more money, but it also excuse me. I mean, not only does it give you more power, but it also corrupts you pretty much to your core. So not only, you know, are your thoughts and emotions being influenced by the dark curse, but you know, you're essentially its vessel more than you're wielding the magic like you would in animal magic or whatever. I think here what I else wanted to say. There are other classes that get included or not included depending on what game it is. Apparently, the Valkyria class is one that was not I shouldn't say widely used, because I know it's for 6 and 7. It's in the original game. So, but apparently, I could be wrong, and I'd have to look this up. Apparently, Valkyries are not all that common in the series. Not sure why they wouldn't be, but they just tend to not do that, I guess, overall. So it was kind of weird. At least in genealogy, like it seemed like everybody rode a horse in genealogy the Holy War, with the exception of like a couple characters, but they were notably broken with their stats and their abilities, that you didn't really blink an eye that they were a little slower than the rest of your guys, because their offset abilities more than made up for lack of mobility. Trying to think here. The way I liked abilities, and the other way I kind of don't like abilities. I like the randomness that you could at any time proc a random ability and jump up and punch a guy out who's 10 times your size. At the same time, like, I don't really want to figure, like, if you start giving enemies abilities, I don't want to figure out, well, what's the percent chance that this Astro ability that would just fucking wreck me any day of the week would pop up right now at this moment. But on the other end, the ability for a general to get perfect dodge or perfect defense, so that, you know, they proc this like perfect wall type defense. No matter what you do to them, it will not do any damage to them. I thought that's kind of nifty. So I would prefer that go from a no damage to a, you know, it reduces the damage being dealt by 50%. And then you could do the same thing, but with like Myrmidons or faster units, where they don't get the defense bones, but you could increase, say, your evasionness by 50%, 20%, or whatever. It just randomly pops up. So we do have to watch out for units spawning in. As you can see, these Weather Riders are paid by us. Excuse me. They I mean, they're not super dangerous to the crew I'm running right now, but I mean, you just take a look at some of these percentages. I mean, these guys up here are no match for Hector right now, but there are cases where, like, you know, say guy has a 20% chance of getting hit, but if he gets hit for 30 damage. So you get unlucky with 2 rolls, you know, and all of a sudden your character does not exist anymore. Which I won't rehash the conversation about why do you prefer this stat over that stat. Well, this is the reason why. Is I'd rather know that Hector only take 3 damage and have a better chance of them hitting him, than to say, well, I'm gonna roll the dice on 2 guys hitting a guy at a low percent chance and him immediately biting the dust. Hey, Heath, you gotta go away, you gotta get healed. Been sleeping like dog crap recently. Some of that has to do with the fact that I haven't really not been sleeping well overall. Even in the wintertime when I normally sleep very well, I've just sort of been not able to get comfortable. And I changed my pillow thinking maybe it was my pillow because my neck's leaning down too far or whatever. And at one point I thought, well, maybe my pillow's too fluffy, needs more insulation, whatever you want to call it, material. I don't know. That didn't seem to really fix anything. I made my pillow more firm, I made it softer. You know, it didn't really improve how deeply I would sleep. So I'm probably got about 5 or 6 hours of sleep last night. I woke up a couple times to use the restroom. Like big time use the restroom, not like, oh, I maybe do I have to go, maybe I don't have to go. Like, yeah, I had to go real bad. I mean, I didn't feel like I had to go real bad, but the amount of, you know, water I was putting out, I was like, wow, that's weird. This is what I was talking about. Guy gets hit by one thing, and now everything else becomes like a sweating match as I wait to figure out if he's gonna survive this. Alright, with him surviving, I am now... Oh, sorry, I'm looking at the wrong character. Now that's Hector, not Heath. I thought maybe he was targeting Heath down. Heath. Boy, I'm losing it now. The Sword Master's name is Guy, Chris. But yeah, exactly. This is sort of what I was saying about... I mentioned this in an earlier episode, like... You know, I get up and record some of these episodes and it's like... I should have slept for another hour or two. At the same time, like, I don't know if I could sleep another hour or two if I wanted to. Because my body kept trying to wake me up at like 5 o'clock this morning, and I'm like, no, body, go back to bed. Like, well, we'll wake you up again in 20 minutes, if you want to get up then. And then finally, like, 5 to 7 rolls around. That's normally when I get up anyways, and I was just like, fine, I'll go, jeez. Say, well, Chris, have a big cup of coffee. I don't know why. Coffee's not doing what it used to do for me. Coffee used to wake me up. Now I drink a cup of coffee, and if I'm not actively engaging in my work, the process is boring, mundane, repetitive task, then I'm more likely to not care. I'm not care. I mean is I'll start getting sleepy and I'll start dozing off. When I doze off, my body will kind of go into like the panic mode because I'm feel my head dropping off, and then I'll spring back up. And so yep, we're going to use Renault to heal. It's about the only level you'll see me use him in. Sometimes he's obviously useful for the final boss. You give him a couple of healing staves, he'll be able to take care of all the healing in the party, including if you have whatever that's called, Fortify, I think, where it'll heal everybody in an AoE up to a certain percentage. Or a certain amount, I should say. It's not a percentage, because if you have 5 health, and the percentage is to increase your health by 50%, you would get 2 health versus someone who has 10, or someone who has 20, who's at 10 right now. I should say who's at 10 right now, and will get 5 more. As we continue to get closer to the end of this game, I am excited to see how the last mission turns out. And I say that because, not that I don't believe that it'll get more difficult, I'm just wondering how it could get more difficult. Example, the boss here, as a sage, is rocking perfect defense on both ends. So if you want to fight her, you have to either, the best way to do it is to use a physical attack which has a high crit rate, because then you know, you're eliminating things quicker, I guess. Hooray. After we get over the hump of these Wyvern Riders and then the generals to the north, we should be able to move in within striking distance of the boss. And then once we get there, I'll double check my turn count, because I think you have to be under 20 something turns, like 20 or 23 turns. So if that's true, I'll have to make sure that I stay under that limit, and then hopefully we eliminate as many guys as we can for the experience. But ultimately I want that next mission regardless of what happens here right now. Nice, very nice. And I'm a little pinned right now to this location until, I mean, I could easily slip some guys by, you know, 1 or 2 guys by, but that means they can't be followed by anything that's flying, because they will not outrun it. Wonder how many people here Hector is gonna kill on this mission. Keith, that's his name. God damn it. I love if I don't think about something for a little while, it comes immediately into my head. Yay, we're cleaning them up. And that horse rider went north. Maybe another horse rider will go north, and then I won't have to worry about fighting them. Hit him, that's funny. Utes? I do have to say Geese is an excellent replacement for at least Dorcas. I don't know about Bartray. I like Bartray. I think he's pretty good. Geitz is a perfect, like, drop him in your party as soon as you can. I would say the same thing about I remember his name now. Not Pent. Pent's sort of in my opinion, he's not as good as his people defenders are. They're Swordmaster is probably another one that probably be okay to plug in Corel in there and not really have to worry about him too much, but yeah, we're getting towards the end of the game where it's like, no, you can't get any more points anymore. Bum 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 Look at all that spawning. Isn't that disgusting? Like, at any point, if I mess up and don't kill enough of these guys and they gang up on someone, that'll be the end of this level. I'll have to restart. Anyways, what do we want to do here? I obviously want to kill everybody, but can we clean them up is the question. You mean no, we can't clean them up? Don't you point at me like that? Yeah, we can clean that up. Okay, I should be able to jump up here, attack him with the hand axe. He'll be dead. Thumbs up. And then let's take a look up north here. He's still got another group of guys he needs to kill. But if I put him anywhere along here, I should be good. So on Friday, my well, I guess it's been Thursday afternoon, my boss asked me to run something down to another company to be made and then bring it back. It only took a couple minutes. It was just they were taking two ends of two connectors to the end of hose. They were just plopping the hose and the connector together, and that the size hose we were using for this application was well beyond or well bigger than anything that we normally use. I guess is how I should put it. It's really big, like 1.5 inch pipe, and we just need the ends put on them. And don't have the machine to do it, but they had it down at this other place. So we basically made a contractual agreement where we would bring so many down, and we would, when all the work's finished, we would pay them for the 10 pieces we put in. And I went down there. I got that done. Like I said, didn't take very long. I brought it back thinking, well, this has got to go out today because he asked me to like personally take this down and do it. It's not like, hey, can you ship this out and then we'll get it back whenever. No, like I need this done today, so I get it done. I take it back to shipping, and shipping doesn't know anything about it. So I talk to the assistant production person. It's like, hey, I got this thing that's ready to go, and he's like, oh, but we're still waiting on parts. I'm like, okay, are they going to come in today? Probably not. Okay, so why did I go down there? I guess to save him some time, because you're a good boy, Chris. You do some good work by driving down the street a couple blocks, standing there while the man does the work. Good man. Missed. I mean, dink. Okay, you saw the dink. You knew not to come this way. So as the left side starts to thin out a little bit, I may I may send my guys back over to the left direction just to finish off cleaning up the rabble that is on the other side of this bridge. Or conversely, maybe Priscilla's just going to crit everything to death. Some of them are already lower health as well, I guess. But yeah, it's going to be the only way she will kill them in one round is if they're either damaged or she crits on one of her attacks. That's not going to work. Right. That guy's an interesting character. You get him at such a level that he's so useful, but I haven't really done anything with him. I mean, he's gone up a couple levels, but it's like he's not going to reach 20 unless I really prioritize him in the gated mission, which I don't plan to bring him on. He's not going to get anywhere close to 20, which means I'm probably not going to use him in the last stage either. Anywho, we're gonna keep going here. Nice. Trying to figure out who I want to give the final experience to. Probably either Heath or Hector. Probably Heath, because he's standing so close. Or I get to have Hector do it. Sweet. Alright, we're just going to clean up the rest of this board here. I'll seize with Hector, and then we'll cut the episode. Next episode, I'm pretty sure we're well under the gated limit here, so we'll get the Gaiden chapter and go from there. So I will stop talking now. We'll just finish off this level, and then, like I said, when we come back, we'll be in the Gaiden mission. So until then, I hope you have a good one.